The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials right now down 114. NASDAQ is up 26. S&P's off 18. Gold contract up $15, trading at $17.43 an ounce. We have silver up 39 cents, $18.35 an ounce. Light sweet crude up 45 cents, $33.26 a barrel. Notes and bonds. We get the 10-year up 7 ticks, 139.06. The 30-year up 20 ticks at 179.09. And King Dollar. King Dollar down 195 ticks, trading 98.188. The euro is at 111. The yen is at 107.59. The British pound's at 123 to 1 U.S. dollar. Tom O'Brien, what's going on?
Happy Friday, final trading day of the month. Pretty remarkable. We kick off June trading on Monday.
June trading on Monday. And let's go over to that S&P because right now, folks, you know, this is going to get really intriguing here. What's happening is that the S&P is fighting about 3,011. We're at 3,017. But I got to show you something here because if, in fact, we break that 3,011, you can actually get down to 2965, which is pretty intense, man. You know, bottom line is that you can see this little consolidation here.
Definitely.
Tom, you know it's hard to believe, man? It's hard to believe. I was looking at this number. It's hard to believe that we were actually at 2965 only 2 days ago.
Yeah, the moves are just crazy. I would agree.
Seriously, man. It's like, folks, that's 60 points from where we are. It's like, wow.
I mean, I was providing a little bit of context coming in. We talked about earlier in the week, coming into the Memorial Day weekend. You back it up to last Friday. Early in the day Friday, you were down at almost 2,900, and there was no fear in the market at all. That was not a big deal. We've come so far from the lows. If we ended the week without a real sell-off, somewhere, 2,900 and change, whatever it is, and we're sitting right now above 3,000. So this market just continues, man, on a weekly basis. We set new standards. You know how quickly we forget. It moves so quickly, kind of
Seriously.
the point that we forget that we were just ending last week. It's a 4-day trading week. We were ending last week with possibly flirting between 2,900 and 2,960. We're above 3,000 this week. It's just, 2%, 3% here and there.
Sure. I mean, and yeah, this. If I'm telling you something, we end up at this 65 down there. I think that's going to be a little shocking, because what you have there, folks, is this.
Yeah.
We're down 24 right now, but the 65 would get you down 35, 40, 50. That'd be like 65 S&P points in one day.
And don't say it can't happen, man. On Wednesday, we had 2% down, and we had 2% back up by the end of the day when it got it all back.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Man. So
hey, how about? Can we go to crude since we're talking about? Fast moves. Did you see what I was talking about? The headline in terms of the month it's had. Pretty remarkable. Best month ever.
Was it 47% or 74%?
No, it was 70-something% is the headline number. The previous record had been 44. There it is in September. West Texas Intermediate on track for best month ever. So oil's still down 46% for the year. But when you put it on a monthly basis, you see where April 30th is on that chart that you have up there right now. Might as well be, April, we ended at almost the lows, man.
Look at that.
The quote that I like the most here from Regina Mayer, KPMG's global head of energy, it certainly doesn't feel like it was oil's best month ever, right? But because we're back to just kind of this low range since March. But it was when you go from 17 to 33 or whatever it was.
Yeah, no doubt. And I heard you, when you're talking about Canopy, so let's go over and take a look at Canopy. Canopy's down $4.12, $17.60. And this got to be concerning.
I think they may have some problems, man.
Yeah, it's got to be concerning. I would say it's concerning for all the pot companies, Yeah. And what you have here, folks, is that the aspect of it's surprising. What was surprising, the year-over-year growth, like it was hardly nothing.
Yeah, it was like 13% or something.
Yeah.
And that's what you could say the same. It's so many variables, man. Not what you want to see as a Canopy bull. I've been a cannabis and Canopy bull. But, I mean, what do they talk about that this year? What do they call 2020? Fiscal 2021 is going to be a year of reorganization or some term like that. And I joked in my program, if you're a fan of any sports franchise and the general manager comes out and says, don't worry, next year is going to be our reorganization year.
Yeah.
That means like you're in huge trouble, and who knows what's going to happen next year, and you have zero chance of winning the championship next year. And so it was not what you wanted to see in the loss. $3 plus. They were only looking for 59 cents, and their revenue. Could you find maybe at the top? It was like 103 million, I think, up from 90 or something. They were looking for 129 though. That was a big, something like that. So it was quite a miss.
Yeah. So let's see. They did 115. 115 in revenue. And yeah,
you know what? I think the number they go ahead. Yeah. Last
quarter they did 123 million. This quarter 115, and I'll find it. But what you also have here, and this is what I think is here. Maybe that's the one with everything on it. Yeah, here's the one with everything on it. So they lost 102 million Canadian revenue, 115. Canadian, this is the big one here. They're writing off 743 million. It's almost $1 billion. Well, it's Canadian, but even so, it's still, they're a Canadian company. So the bottom line, it's still monster money. And what you have, so here, when we take a look at this, let me get this other article up, because when you, so right here. Yeah, so right here, so they're writing off 743 million. They're cutting 85 jobs. They're exiting South Africa. They're shutting their facility in Saskatchewan. They're ending cultivation in Latin America. You're talking about some big deals here, man.
Sure. Now, what's even crazier? I mean, this stock has had quite a run up. Even yesterday, it was up, from 20 to almost 23 overnight. That's 15% from the beginning of trading yesterday until overnight that you had on this stock. But this only brings it back to Thursday trading a week ago, which is crazy, right? To miss by that much, but it's had the run up. But we, it's tough. This is a $6 billion cannabis company, man. Right. They should be able to survive if they have the right type of management, I imagine, but it's a volatile time in the world, period, let alone in the cannabis business. So,
this is going to, the bottom line, it's going to be like the booze business. I mean, it's going to be a monster business. There's no doubt about that. And there's going to have to be a shakeout, and then I suspect what we're also going to get, and it just is one of the targets saying there, it's easy to produce. The bottom line is it is. And, it's like any other commodity. It's a commodity, right? So it's going to be about branding. It's going to be about, who has the best pot and, what type of high they're giving you on that pot, right? Like whether you're drinking a beer or drinking a glass of wine or drinking a scotch, right? I mean, all that stuff's going to come into play. Now, that's not going to come into play, folks, for, I suspect, another 5, 6, 8 years or whatever that is. It'll take a long time for that to go out, because I suspect when the booze business started, right, people just drinking anything, right? You know what I mean? I mean, that's why they had regulations, because people would die and you were putting in alcohol, right? So. Yeah,
sure. Yeah. I imagine, though, Canopy's a $6 billion company. If you pick the right company, man, booze companies, you're talking tens of billions, if not hundreds. So they'll be there.
It's the same thing with Canopy. Oh, no, it's happening, man. It's definitely happening.
Somebody's going to be worth 30, 40, 50, $100 billion in that business.
Yeah. Dow $1.30, NASDAQ off 16, S&P's off 22. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow down 126, Nasdaq off 14, S&P's off 22, and NQs. Let's go to the NQs. You bulls out there better get this thing going right now, because I'm telling you something, man. The NQs, the NQs, man, are slippery. It's like, you know, they basically got these NQs all the way up to 94.88. You know, prior to the open, bottom line, it's doing the same thing. It's still coming down to the lower end of this consolidation. And the number on the NQs to keep your eye on is 93.86. We're at 94.06 right now. Same setup, though. The danger in both of those right now, I mean the S&P and the NASDAQ, is that they're hammering the bottom here, folks. And they got to get out of that bottom, I would say, pretty quickly for Friday, you know. So
Yeah.
Gold, you know, gold bottom line got a bid out here. The dollar, when we look at this dollar, Tom, this dollar here, let's go to the dollar, because the dollar broke. And, you know, you got a little, you can see this, we're down 293 ticks. The lowest swing point here is 98.270. We're below it. We're at 98.08. That sets up 94.650. So that's a decisive break. And what you're going to see is that it was the euro breaking topside, folks, that did it here. You are.
Yeah, I mean, we just went from.
You can see that was a decisive break. Once it got over that 110, you know, 114 is game on the euro. We're at 111.28 right now. So. And, of course, this afternoon, Trump's going to speak, folks. I suspect he's going to speak after the market's closed. If he speaks when it's open and we're talking China, it's going to be dangerous. I suspect they'll do it at 4 o'clock, but we'll see.
I would agree, but as we know, anything's possible right now. Let's go
take a look at Pan American Silver for one of the Tigers. The Silver's on a run in a big way. Pan American, bottom line, I believe this has been on an ABC up anyway. Yeah, they took out the B point. So this is the B point is 2260. Oh, this is a monster ABC up. Yeah, this is a 10.8 to B. So you get 30, 35 is game here. And right now you're at 28.53. There's a confirmed ABC structure on the way up. So this is This is a very powerful equity also. When this thing moves, man, this loves to really move. Well, look at this, though. This is interesting. This is even a larger ABC up. It's probably the same price projection, though. 21. No, it's not. Look at this. This is a larger ABC up and a monthly also. Oh, check this out. Okay. So 21.59, $5. So let's just say 16. Oh, that's still, oh, that gets you 26. So this was on a monthly, it was an ABC structure up. On the daily, it's a ABC structure up also. Bottom line, higher price coming at us. Powell speaking at 11. Someone's thinking Powell speaking at 11. Well, we know what he's going to say.
How about Big Lots, right? Were they out with their numbers yesterday, I think?
Let's take a look. So you got Big trading flat, 36.51.
No, they were out this morning. Okay.
Look at this all-time high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a sell-off, but they opened at that level.
Oh, that's the all-time high for this year. That's interesting. Yeah,
there you
all-time
go.
high,
$64.
Yeah. So that's for the last 12 months, folks. That's what's going on there. So, did you see the savings rate?
I did. What was it, 34% or something like that? I have the headline up here right now, actually. 33%. That's a record, and it's a record by a far way, man.
Right. So the way to get that, folks, okay, just so you can get this, I'm sure we've all, personally, I know I've spent less money because you haven't going out. Do you know what I mean?
You have less options.
Yeah. The way they get that, just so you understand it, though, so you can, because it's hard to comprehend in one aspect, saying, okay, everyone's got laid off, but yet they got laid off, but actually, once these checks are kicking in from the $1,200 stimulus, the extra $600 from the feds, as they kick into your accounts, folks, and then it doesn't get out of your account. That's how they say, oh, those are savings now, okay? Because the money went in, and they know there's a certain percentage that we put our paychecks in, but all of a sudden it gets drawn down very quickly every single week or every single month, So the transfer of payments from the feds to us, that's where that thing comes from. We'll find out in like 4 months if, in fact, we're still saving at that rate, which would be pretty wild.
And they refer to it as percentage of disposable income that you have out there. So it's not your full percentage. When you pay your bills, it's how much of that money that you have left over.
Okay.
And they even make mention. I mean, there's not much opportunity for people to go out and spend money. You want to book travel, you want to book a nice fine dining out. You want to book a concert. You want to go to a sports game. Those are all things I love to do, man. You can't do them. So you can spend money. And that's where you saw some of the, once you build yourself a backyard, a backyard space to enjoy your time.
Listen,
and that's what you've seen, some of the Lowe's, Home Depot, all that stuff.
I've been looking every day to planes going to the Caymans. From here to the Caymans, folks, is very easy. It's an hour and 20 minutes, which is pretty amazing. And there's not any planes. Those poor people down there have to be really hurting because they're not even flying in. Cayman Airlines not flying. It's like you can go out. I'm not quite sure when they're going to open because I went out to August and you can't. All the hotels are still closed in August. So it's going to be like, man, when are they going to open? Do you know what I mean? So
yes, for sure.
Let's take a look at some of the higher volume equities out here. You got GE down 17 cents. You have Snap off 47. No big numbers out here. Marvel Technologies up $1.96. Moderna is up 243. Inside the Dow Industrials, strength versus the weakness. Inside the Dow out here, you get Boeing taking 22 points out, United Health 15, Caterpillar 12, putting it in, Home Depot 9, Intel 1. Nothing really big. On either side.
People aren't spending money, but they might be spending it at Home Depot or Lowe's or Walmart or Amazon.
Yeah, they're definitely taking care of the houses. You can see that. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, it makes sense, man. Number one, you have the time at home to do things, to get things set up. And number two, you have the time at home to enjoy the stuff that you get set up. There you go.
No doubt. Yeah. Let's go take a look at KR for one of the Tigers out here. So let's see what this is. This is Kroger.
Kroger. Yeah, speaking of.
So, big supermarket. In fact, Kroger's the largest supermarket. You know what's so weird is that I guess we just don't have them around here. And Kroger is the largest supermarket in the country. Isn't that weird?
In what?
Operate 2,750 supermarkets in 35 states.
Okay.
More than 2,000. Well, the pharmacies are probably located inside there too. But bottom line, 1,550 fuel centers, 2,250 pharmacies. It's just,
You know what's crazy? The reason why I asked, because I know you love Publix. I love Publix, man. They're a private company. They're huge in the Southeast Florida. They're huge, especially. Publix, just Googling it, their Wikipedia page, they're talking about, let's see, so sales. Oh, I thought that was going to be their network. Publix does $35 billion in sales in 2017 for a private company, by the way, for people.
How's that, huh?
Yeah.
Gotta love it. As soon as we come back, folks, we'll go over Kruger. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We have the Dow. Dow Industrials right now down at $136. Nasdaq's off 11. S&P's down 23. We'll come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down to 139, Nasdaq's off 5, S&P's are off 22. We're looking at Kruger out here, and let's see what we have here. So the low for the year is $20, the high is 36. Yeah, you're in a consolidation, basically. You know, yeah, can it get up to the top of the consolidation? Yeah, 33.80, 34. I'd say, yeah. Other than that, I mean, actually, Well, let me put this in a monthly. That might be a high volume high. Oh, no, it's not. But now this can actually go test that spike, 30s, yeah, 36. That spike can be had. What's going to get intriguing here, Tom, is for the amount of groceries that we bought, like how big and how much business they're actually going to do. And what is interesting, folks, is that I go back and forth between here, St. Pete, and Bel Air. And so the Publix in Bel Air, right?
Yes.
Is always out of, like, toilet paper and all this stuff, right? But the Publix in St. Pete's not.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that wild? So
yeah.
They're different demographics, too. But
sure.
It really is wild, man. I mean, you walk in and, there's...
And that's where you probably see, I mean, there's no way that they could have been prepared for such huge influxes of demand in certain stores. They probably aren't quite equipped, at least just yet, to balance all of that perfectly as there's rushes on certain items at one store, certain items at another.
Right.
It's a tough deal, right?
Pretty wild, man. No doubt.
Yeah.
So let's go look at that S&P again, because what happened when we were on break here, folks, they broke the S&P. It slipped right back in, though. That's the bottom line. But they broke it down to 308. 3008.
Yes.
And it is not necessarily a high volume bar there, so we'll see how this shakes out. But the longer that we stay at this level, the higher the probability that they're going to try to get it down there again. Most times, if this is going to be a decisive break, you should have saw that volume characteristic go up. We did 46,000, so.
I was just going to add, I mean, it's right near those lows we had. I think it was 4 o'clock in the morning, yep, and then 9 o'clock last night and we didn't touch that level at all Thursday, so, it's probably not going to hang here. We'll see which way it breaks.
Right. Particularly not on a Friday. We Because
even the upper bound, I mean, some of these swing traders, man, I haven't done this myself, but you're talking about 20 S&P points from where we were just at 745 this morning. You could easily see this be the range, but
that's right.
Not if we break lower. Yeah.
And if that's is the range, that the swing trading can make quite a bit of money. I've done one of my largest days, actually, folks, was a range, and the market was flat. But the range was so big, man. And this happened to be in the last get-go, meaning 2010, 2011. Because what ended up happening, folks, is that you were running on, whether it's 20, 30 S&P points, Tom, right?
Yes.
And you don't get that, folks. But if you're basically day trading and you're going into a range, you're really only looking for 5 or 6 points every time you're in or out. But when you get both ways, when you get a 20-point range, well, guess what? Your odds of getting 5 or 6 in between that each time, you sit, wait, sell at the top, buy at the bottom, sell at the top, buy at the, you know what I mean? And by the end of the day, it's like, hey, man, this is pretty good.
Listen, it's huge. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I was actually surprised myself. Like, okay, this is but that's where the range, when the range is that big, that makes a difference. And
especially when it's just bounced off that level now. 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be the 5th time if we're able to make a bounce.
Exactly. Yeah. Pretty wild, man. No doubt. Yeah. The yen. So the yen, if we go over to, for all you gold traders, right, bottom line, folks, is that what you have here, the yen's getting stronger. This is the first day that we moved at all. Bottom line, we got down to 107. 09. Now, it rejected that level, but the yen's been going sideways for almost 2 weeks, 10 trading days. We'll see whether it's going to make it down to this 105 number. But that was a pretty good breakout here this morning. There's no two ways about that.
Yeah. I'm just looking across everything. Bitcoin's at like 9,400. That's calmed down a bit from the moves it's gotten as well.
Yeah, I was reading the story last night about the guy that 30-year-old guy that he has a platform that's getting awful big, and I guess the platform, Tom, he's the guy that spent $4.2 million to have lunch with Buffett.
Okay, yes, I remember that story.
Explaining to Buffett why this Bitcoin and blockchain is so big. Now, the part that he's involved in it, I can understand why this guy's making money hand over fist, because the part that he's involved in it, 95% of his business are gamblers.
Oh, well, there you go. That's
Yeah.
a good business to be in.
And so it's the transfer of money using that platform of his as to for gambling. Do you know what I mean? And he was talking about that the folks that use his platform are very well aware of Bitcoin, number one, and the exchange. Because that's what he was talking about, that, hey, listen, this is just an exchange. That's all it is. Do you know what I mean? That they're taking one thing, they're gambling, that's going into there, they're coming back, and he says that's a continual basis. That's what
they're facilitating, whether it's, dollars to Bitcoin, dollars to
exactly
whatever it is, and then back from the cryptos to the dollars themselves, I'm sure. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he paid $4.2 million to have an hour lunch or a 2-hour lunch with Buffett, he's doing all right.
I wonder what the amount of press he got, though, because that we all saw his name if you were following the financial world at that time when it happened. Yes. So that's quite a press release to that tune as well. And in that world, he probably needs it for what they're trying to get done. Get somebody like that, get some of the Wall Street titans on his side to bring it to the mainstream.
Oh, that's what he's trying to do. There's no doubt that he's making his case, which that's what has to be had.
Yes.
There's no doubt about that.
How about Alta? I think they were out with their numbers as well. What did I see? Alta Beauty.
Yeah. Let's say you got it down 622. What did they do out here? So they took in $1.2 billion. Look at that. That's quite a drop. They took in $2.3 billion last quarter. 1.2. Holy cow! What happened here? That's pretty wild, man. Okay,
so they lost $1.39 a share, and the market was looking for 48 cents profit, but revenue missed. I had comp store sales sank 35% was the headline. Yeah, there you go, comp store. Whew.
Look at those numbers, huh?
Hey, everything's an anomaly, man. I mean, Alta Beauty, I don't think that was an essential workplace that had to be open, right? I mean, shut down, comp sales abysmal, 35%. And they just, not a company that just replaces that type of mall traffic, foot traffic with online. Just doesn't happen as of yet.
Right. So you had their inventories, that's dangerous too. Their inventory is actually $1.34 billion. That was a build year over year, 7%. You never like to see that, man.
Sure.
Location count, 1,264 they have. Net sales down 33% year over year. That's a big number, man.
Yeah.
That's right. They have to, and they draw down that $800 million revolver credit line. These banks, it must be so tough that you give a company a credit line, just like Hertz. They draw it down, they're going bankrupt. It's like, oh my God, right?
Yeah, I bet they might want to look at those contracts.
Yeah. Stay right there. Tommy and I come right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 173, NASDAQ off 1, S&P's 26, and end of the month, kicking into June, and we'll see how these charts are setting up. I'm just curious. I'm going to put the SPY up here for a second. Just curious just to see how this sets up on a monthly right now.
Sure.
Okay, so doesn't tell you much, really. Yeah, I mean, it tells us this month we went from 272 to 306 in the SPY.
Yeah, when you put it on a candle, it looks pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Delicious,
exactly.
Man. Those two bars to follow up the April bar, which was almost from 2,400 to a high of 2,965.
Right.
With staying towards the higher end and even closing higher.
Seriously, so
that's the thing. Perspective, context, just like you're talking about. Man, I can't believe we were just there. I can't believe we were here. You know, we're above 3,000 in the S&Ps. My goodness.
Yeah, and now look at the monthly on the NASDAQ.
Yeah,
that is intense.
To the moon.
Yeah, there's no doubt. It's
a couple of decent months in the NASDAQ, adding almost 2,000 points.
Yep. Amazing.
Yeah,
no doubt.
So we may get that SpaceX launch tomorrow, and then if it doesn't happen tomorrow at around 3 or 3:30, sometime around there, I believe, they got it for Sunday. We're supposed to get some overcast, though. We've been getting a lot of rain this week, unfortunately, for SpaceX. So that's the launch for them. Did you see the story that? I
heard you saying that about Tesla. So
it's cool.
Tesla's
just lending out
of their engineers, right?
They're just lending out their employees to Elon's other companies, man. 20 of those employees. Let me see if I still have the headline up, because I don't know how. How does this play out in a public company where you have shareholders? Tesla sent 20 staffers to SpaceX. Elon Musk's other company, they filed. Temporarily assigned 20 of its employees to SpaceX to handle unspecified technical projects.
Right.
In April, Tesla revealed that it had been selling car components and working on other special projects for SpaceX. I don't know.
You just contract them out, And when we talk about contracts, folks, this is sad for so many Google people. Listen to this. This is like a monster. Google rescinds offers to thousands of contract workers. Thousands. Now, what happened, folks, of course, is that Google is a monster and it continues to hire on a continual basis. What this story is about is that, let's see, they kept putting forward when these folks were going to start. 2,000 people it did globally, that they had signed offers, and then the bottom line is that, the pandemic came in and it's like, okay, man, this is not going to happen. That's a lot of people, man.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that article. Pretty staggering numbers in there. They employ more than 130,000 contractors and temp workers, a shadow workforce that outnumbers its 123,000 full-time employees.
Yeah, that must be really tough, man, that when you get a contract worker working beside a full-time Google employee, right?
Yeah, and I don't know how the hierarchy chain goes there, right? And if you're working from home, maybe you're working remotely, maybe these are the people that are being managed by those full-time employees in some types of teams or something like that. I have no idea. I'm just speculating. But there's definitely a differential, man, because if you're a full-time employee... It's a pay differential,
it's a stock differential, it's a job differential in a monster way.
If you're a full-time employee, man, of a FANG stock, right?
Seriously.
Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google. You usually are navigating a field where there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people applying for those jobs, and somehow you got it, so you're probably rewarded.
Yeah. And if you take a look, folks, we had another, let's see, another big financial company. What's going to be intriguing here, these big financial companies, folks, Morgan Stanley, Gorman, I think he was definitely the first one coming out saying he's going to basically have many of his people work at home. Another big bank come out here this morning saying the same thing. And it has to do with they got more done than they thought they ever could get done. And then I think it's BNP. I think it is. Let me pull this up, see if that was underneath it. Anyway, what they were saying is that they were going to save money not only on the aspect of space as it is now. These big financial companies, what they also do, folks, is that they have to have a whole nother space in case everything goes down in their main building. And what this CEO was talking about, that it was great that now with so many different units at home spread, that he felt that if something really bad happened, meaning to the main building, thank you, disaster recovery. Look at that. We got a banker in that's thanks you, Mark. The disaster recovery, he felt much more comfortable that everyone was spread across, which totally would make sense. I think, and this is where the things that when something like this happens, some things you don't even think about that are always okay. You have a main building, then you have disaster recovery. Well, imagine you have a disaster recovery and you have all these little pods everywhere.
Yes.
Different ball game. Different ball game altogether. So
no, you're seeing advantages take place overnight as people figure out that that's actually an advantage. I mean, they talked to some of the tech companies that came out. I think it was Microsoft, maybe it was Facebook. They were talking about that they expected to see if you'd ever said we're going to come out and say 50% of our workforce can work from home, executives would say there's no way we can keep up the same amount of productivity, right? And in many cases, it's actually been more productivity.
Well, it makes sense.
It totally does.
Just the drive each way. What I thought was funny was that one of our Tigers was saying in the den yesterday that when he's working from home, he's sleeping longer. And
nice.
That's the truth, right? I mean, it really is. But guess what?
I just love that.
That just means that you're better prepared, folks. When I saw that, I said, you know what? Two different things that happen there. You get good sleep. You're still getting up for work, okay? Just that, guess what? You're saving that space, whether that space is an hour and a half, 45 minutes both ways. It's a monster deal, man.
It is so much wasted productive time, if you think about it, sitting in a car. Over the course of a year, the amount of time that you spend is remarkable, let alone 5 years, 10 years. Right. So
remember, when you were young, we moved close to your school.
It's real. It's real life.
Just driving to school. It was like,
it's real life, man. If you do an hour a day, which around big cities is super standard in terms of getting in your car, by the time you get there, an hour a day, that's a half hour each way. That's 5 hours a week, man. That's 20 hours a month, and that's just a half hour commute. That's probably the average bare minimum around if you're doing 128, 495, the Mass Pike, a half hour a day. You're on the exit ramp.
The road in a half from hell. Still. Route 128 in Boston, folks, is a road from hell, man. It's sick. Let's look at those S&Ps quick. So it's been trying this 2 or 3 times, folks, and it looks to me like it actually just cracked it now. So. Volume's still light though on this crack. Yeah, okay. We'll see this deal because that volume's not that big, man.
3,000. It's a big number. 3,000. Yeah.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow. Dow Industrials right now are trading down. Let's see, where are we? 196. Nasdaq's off 26. S&Ps are off 29. We'll come right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, bam! As well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
Bam!
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. You get the Dow. Dow down 232, NASDAQ off 32, S&P's off 34, and gold. Gold just got a little spike here. So on a Friday, folks, okay, this is really good news if you happen to be gold bulls out there, because what you get, let me see, GC, we're in the Q contract right now. Coming into closes on Friday can really get exciting if they're going up, and it can get a disaster going down.
Sure.
But you got action. We're up $21, and these little pops that come along when we're only 11 o'clock in the morning. That's not a bad scene, particularly because we know that the dollar broke. It's only down 174 ticks right now, which is not a lot, by the way. But, when you break a consolidation, you can expect that it's a good old Bud Rolfs. You break it, you go back up to the top of it again. You're going to test that channel, right? You know what I mean?
And just for some context, man, I was looking at it. We were up 8 of the last 10 days coming into today. 8 out of the last 10 in the S&Ps, man. Yeah. So be aware of those types of moves. I mean, we just traded in those 10 previous trading days from May 14th, 2760 up to the high yesterday of 3065. More than 300 S&P points in the last 10 days, 8 out of 10. So
isn't that crazy?
Yeah, let's see. Just be aware, man.
That's pretty cool, man. I mean, and I was talking to Tommy yesterday off the air. the folks that are getting in the market right now, it's really tough, actually, because if you got in the market near the lows, folks, okay, every single time you're making a trade, you probably made money.
Yeah, and you know where I stumbled upon that is I just pulled up the chart and I said, wow, look, we were just at 2760. It's like easy to forget you were just right there 10 trading days ago.
Totally.
Yeah.
Stay right there, folks. We get Think or Swim coming up next. And I'm Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Go get him, folks.